Welcome to another episode of Service to Humanity, a sponsored program of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. I am your anchor on the program, Habiba Zokzok. The National Senior Citizen Center is 1 year old. And to mark this day, the center held a special event where it explored the theme Cascading Innovative Strategy, Programs, Partnership and Stakeholders Engagement. Details of this event make up part of our program tonight. We will also take you to Delta State, Ndokwa Local Government, to be precise, where we witness a session with will-be beneficiaries of the GEEP 2.0 program. Details of this and more when the program commences fully after the break. Please stay tuned.
I tell you, anytime we're not producing, the fish farmers suffer. The people we engage suffer. The people we feed, that we give our fish heads to, they feel it. I'll only beg the government to continue with this and make it run more.
We used to have children crying, parents will be chasing them to come to school, and they will be at the gate, they will be crying, they will hold on to their plate, they will not want to come into the gate.
When they are not giving the food, the attendance was very low.
Now the children are always fit and healthy because of the food they eat.
To make them attend class every day.
I eat rice, meat, and carrots.
I want to use this opportunity to thank the federal government for the feeding program.
The program starts with the Management Diary, where we bring you news and current happenings in the ministry and her agencies. In the news, Humanitarian Minister urges collaboration with Nigerian media, just as it flags off grants for vulnerable groups. Details in a moment.
Today's Communications Consultative Forum is expected to support the ministry.
The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, has urged collaboration with the Nigerian media. Farouk stated this during a 2-day Communication Consultative Forum, a media retreat organized by the ministry in Abuja. She said, effective communication is a viable tool in ensuring a coordinated humanitarian response.
Humanitarian crises, disasters, and social issues are very complex in nature. So also communicating these complexities to multiple players and the public requires the adoption of a coherent, cohesive, and coordinated approach.
The minister added that, given the significance of the ministry's role, the necessity of consistently implementing efficient communication strategies and scaling up such engagements cannot be overemphasized.
This will ensure that the impact of the ministry's intervention in the lives of those who receive them are properly projected and communicated through consistent interface and connection with Nigerians. It also provides opportunity for feedback that is valuable in improving the programs and interventions.
Hajia Sadia Umar Farouk, you're welcome, ma.
The Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development has flagged off the Grants for Vulnerable Groups (GVG) program in the FCT. The Minister, Hajia Sadia Umar Farouk, in her address during the flag-off, revealed that the program, which was introduced in 2020, aims at sustaining the social inclusion agenda of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration.
It is consistent with the national target of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty by the year 2030. It is designed to provide a one-off grant to some of our vulnerable rural and peri-urban people across the country.
Sadia Umar Farouk revealed that a cash grant of 20,000 naira is being disbursed to poor women and youth across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT.
Our target in the FCT is to disburse the grant to over 2,900 beneficiaries across the 6 area councils.
National Program Coordinator, National Cash Transfer Office Hajia Halima Shehu, while giving a brief on the progress recorded on the program, made it known that Nuban accounts have been opened for beneficiaries.
From the National Cash Transfer Office, we have fully digitized the process. And we have over 1.9 million beneficiaries that now have a Nuban account across commercial banks in the country.
Focal person of the FCT on NSIPS, Chuendu Amba, speaks on the program.
This program is targeted towards these vulnerable people for livelihood, to help them continue in their businesses, to add small, for some of them that are doing small-scale businesses. This is to improve their business and give them a good standard of living.
Some beneficiaries expressed appreciation to the federal government for the initiative.
I want to say thank you for our father, Buhari. I want to say thank you for everyone, for helping us, for everything, for giving us this money for the business, to start up the business.
We appreciate President Buhari. We heard men and women were being supported with cash for their businesses, and so we came. We are very grateful for the funds.
About a year ago, the President, Muhammadu Buhari, approved the takeoff of the National Senior Citizen Center, NSCC, as well as the constitution of its 12-member board. With so much achieved within a year to be proud of, the center marked its first 365 days within the commissioning of a head office and an event in commemoration of the day in Abuja. Our crew was present at the event to bring us sights and sounds of how it went. Let's have that story.
The National Senior Citizens Center, NSCC, was established pursuant to the National Senior Citizens Center Act 2017, with the mandate to identify the needs of senior citizens and to cater for them. It is the first distinct national corporate body with focus on social inclusion of senior citizens in sustainable development and the improvement of the quality of living and well-being for self-fulfillment. NSCC is to identify opportunities for trainings to enhance capacities of senior citizens to continue to participate in what they value and to initiate, develop, facilitate and implement health and social programs, as well as enhance work schemes and enterprise for income generation to support independent living. NSCC is focused on strengthening the protection of senior citizens' rights to dignity, independence, care, security, participation, and self-fulfillment. Priority areas of the NSCC include income security for senior citizens, promote health and well-being, engagement of capacities of senior citizens, promote fundamental change in perception of aging and old age, and facilitate progressive registration of senior citizens to enable access to age-friendly services, supportive environments, discounts, and courtesies. On Thursday, the 28th of July 2022, the National Senior Citizens Center marked 365 days since its establishment, and in commemoration, the center marked the day with the official opening of its head office in Abuja to strengthen its operations and enhance mandate delivery. It also organized an event with the theme Cascading Innovative Strategy, Programs, Partnership and Stakeholders Engagement. The event, which took place at the Nigerian Air Force Conference Center in Abuja, had dignitaries and senior citizens from various parts of the Federation in attendance. Among those in attendance was the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Hajia Sadia Umar Farouk, Director General of the NSCC, Omokaro, Chairman of the NSCC Board, Air Vice Marshal Muhammad, retired, the Executive Secretary of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, James Lalu.
Permit me to appreciate the board of the National Senior Citizen Center.
In her address, the Minister Hajia Sadia Umar Farouk, who was the guest of honor, said the establishment of the NSCC in Nigeria last year was a landmark decision and watershed in recognition of older persons.
This bold step has ensured that we are on the right path in attaining sustainable development goals and the universal plan of action to achieve sustainable development in a balanced manner that seeks to realize the human rights of all people and ensuring that the older persons are not left behind as we make progress. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're happy to celebrate the first year anniversary of the take-off of the National Senior Citizen Center. We cannot continue to neglect our older persons in view of their experience, knowledge, and skills in our communities, because they are still making key contributions in economic, political, and social life.
Farouk lauded the Director General, Board and staff of the NSCC for the hard work they have put in within the last 1 year.
Permit me to appreciate the board of the National Senior Citizen Center, the Director General and staff that have taken a giant stride in the last 1 year. The center has developed the desired coordination, as evidenced earlier, collaboration, cooperation, and communication to effectively and efficiently deliver on its mandate to the senior citizens of Nigeria.
The minister reiterated the federal government's commitment to providing necessary support to the National Senior Citizens Center to deliver on its mandate and change the negative narrative on aging.
The older persons have been long neglected in our communities. The time for urgent action and intervention is now. The administration of His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari will continue to support the National Senior Citizen Center to change the narrative on aging and enhance coordination and cooperation with states, international and national NGOs, the private sector, academia, and other relevant stakeholders to develop sustainable partnerships and promote dignified aging and issues related to older persons.
Speaking earlier in her welcome address, Director General of the NSCC, Dr. Omokaro, expressed appreciation to the humanitarian minister and the entire ministry for the support they have given to the center.
My sincere appreciation for the policy guidance, the support and encouragement from the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Hajia Sadia Umar Farouk, and the entire staff of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, especially the very hard-working directors, the coordinators, the heads of units. I wish to say here publicly that you have been exceptional in facilitating the birth and nursing of the National Senior Citizen Center, the new baby of the ministry, for these past 365 days.
Omokaro said with the first national policy on aging and the NSCC Act 2017, Nigerians delivered the national legislation and policy needed to protect the right of older persons.
NSCC's vision and the clarity and consistency of its communication were made possible by the development of its 10-year strategic roadmap. And now we also have the National Action Plan on Aging and Project Activity Implementation Plan. And that we got by operationalizing the National Policy on Aging and identifying our 8 main priority areas of intervention, as well as sustainable implementation capacity.
A goodwill message was given by Senate Committee Chairman on Special Duties, Senator Yusuf, who was represented by Deputy Chairman of the committee, Senator Bio Barakuma Degi.
We cannot overemphasize the importance of this center, as we all know. Some are retired but not tired, some retired and tired, and so we will have to ensure that we explore, and tap the advantages, that we can find in running this kind of center, whereby those that are retired and not tired can still offer their wealth of experience, wisdom, and knowledge in supporting, and encouraging programs and projects of government to succeed. And of course, those that are retired and tired also need support so that they can survive and still have meaning for their existence. It is a very key responsibility of government all over the world to do that.
High point of the event was the showing of a documentary titled 365 Days of Innovative Strategy, Partnership and Stakeholder Engagement that narrated the journey of the center from inception to date. Stakeholders Consultative Forum on Aging from states of the Federation were inaugurated. Awards were also given to some agencies. The humanitarian minister was also presented with an award and crafted gifts made by some older persons under the NSCC.
Today is very serious about it.
Other activities featured at the event were exhibition of older persons-led indigenous craft, was the development of micro and small enterprises under the NSCC Livelihood Development Initiative and medical outreach. Some of the senior citizens shared their thoughts on the NSCC and the journey so far.
Today is my first time of being invited, and from the look of things, when all I view around, the whole thing were excellence. If the federal government would decide to keep it on, to develop people, to have the idea or awareness about what is happening in the society.
It's a new organization, and the many ideas that was brought into it really has impacted positively on the people that have benefited so far. And then she has found it necessary again to partner with relevant ministries and organizations, MDAs, including donor organizations, to enhance the status of the organization, particularly the support that is getting from the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management. And through that kind of collaboration, the organization has been able to enhance the status of the aged in various areas, in capacity building, on health care, and in areas of income generating activities, and some other programs that are in the pipeline that has definitely enhanced the status of the aged in the communities.
Ṣàǹfààní gidigidi lára tèmi nílé mi àtàwọn ọmọ mi o torí ara oúnjẹ ara pákídé ẹ̀mí àṣegàrí à ń tẹ̀bà à ń ṣèbẹ̀ à ń jẹun ìjọba ṣeun lọ́wọ́ á ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ ètò tó dáa ni tó fáìn tó dáa ni torí ìjọ yẹn gan tí wọ́n pé owó yẹn ẹlòmíì kò sí nǹkan kan pé bóyá bákan jíjẹ tòlọ́ngbà adé báyìí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ yà ayọ̀ 2000 wọ́n ṣèbẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ inú wọn dùn ara ráìsì àdàṣẹ́ńjì tó kù sórí ìka pákí pé ká lè máa rí mu jẹun díẹ̀díẹ̀ ìjọba ṣe.
Welcome back. Away from the National Senior Citizen Center, let's look at the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, GEEP 2.0, one of the clusters of the National Social Investment Programs. Some weeks ago, We brought you a report of how the enumeration of beneficiaries was carried out in some states across the Federation. In our quest to bring you more stories, we have details of the GEEP 2.0 enumeration from Ndokwa Local Government of Delta State. Please stay tuned.
Ndokwa East is a local government area in Delta State, with its headquarters in the town of Abo. Ndokwa East has an area of 1,617 square kilometers and a population of about 200,000.
What we are doing now, we are enumerating you now.
Just like in other parts of the country, enumeration for the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program GEEP 2.0 took place in Ndokwa East. Interested traders were present to take advantage of the government loan opportunity of getting 50,000 naira to start or expand their businesses. Community Orientation and Mobilization Officer for Ndokwa East, Ben Avre, explained the GEEP enumeration process and the response from the beneficiaries.
When we asked them the first time to register for the loan, there were three categories: the farmer money, the trader money, and the market money. What we have now is the trader money and the market money. Like two categories. We are yet to receive that of the farmer money. They are quite optimistic. They are happy. Yeah, they said they will put into their business to go a long way to elevate them. They are quite happy. They will use it judiciously.
Avre lauds the government for such a program and calls on them to do more for the benefit of poor and vulnerable Nigerians.
The government have done the right thing. They've done the right thing. It's good. It's a good idea. It's right. Just want it, stepped up for the benefit of the rural dwellers who are really suffering. Just step it up. It's okay. It's okay. At least for a start, it's okay.
Nwadison Chinenye, a trader, said she heard about GEEP from her husband and some friends. She decided to apply, and surprisingly, she was shortlisted. She picks on the enumeration.
As I was there twice, this is the third one. They have captured me and collected my credential, everything concerning my details about me. So I don't think there's any kind of mago or wayonti. No, it's for real. The program is for real.
Chinenye expresses appreciation to the government for the opportunity.
I want to say a very big thank you I am one of the beneficiaries that I want to thank them. That I am one of them. At what they are doing, that I appreciate it, that they should continue with the good work.
Henry Chipuma, an online mobile phone seller, said he got to know about GEEP on the internet.
I got to hear about the GEEP program online, so I decided to apply for it. So that's why I'm here. As you can see, the program is going on now. So I came for my verification and some other things. So they asked us to come with our NIN or voter's card in order to identify ourselves. So that's why I'm here now to apply for the program.
Chukuma shares how the loan would impact on his business as he appreciates the federal government for the initiative.
So I must commend the government because at least this loan will be able to make me gather some money in order to purchase some items for my accessories and get some money to buy other phones in order to sell online, at least to boost my business. It's a source of empowerment towards the youth, and I'm really grateful to them because at least they are doing well for this time. I might say thank you.
With the enumeration concluded in all states of the Federation, beneficiaries eagerly await the disbursement, which the National Social Investment Office assures will be done in no distant time.
With that, we come to the end of this episode of Service to Humanity. Join us same time next week on same station for more on the strides of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. See you next week.